Have you ever been told to avoid eggs because of cholesterol? Or maybe you've heard the exact opposite, that eggs are one of the healthiest foods you can eat, especially as you get older. If that's left you feeling a bit confused, you're definitely not alone. 4 years older adults have been caught in the middle of a back-and-forth debate, unsure of whether to crack an egg or skip it entirely. But today, we're going to clear things up once and for all. If you're over 65 and focused on staying sharp, strong, and independent, what you're about to learn might completely change the way you look at one of the most common foods on your plate. Eggs have long been a breakfast staple, but they're also one of the most misunderstood foods when it comes to senior health. The truth is, an egg is one of the most compact and nutrient-dense foods on the planet. It's affordable, easy to cook, and loaded with key nutrients your aging body relies on more than ever. After 60, your nutritional needs start to shift. Your muscles begin to naturally lose mass. Your memory might not be as sharp as it once was, and your immune system could use more support. That's where eggs quietly shine. Each one is packed with high-quality protein, essential vitamins, and powerful antioxidants that can support multiple areas of your health in just a few bites. Let us start with one of the most important reasons to pay attention to eggs after 65: protein. As you get older, your body naturally loses muscle mass, a process called sarcopenia. It can start as early as your 60s, and if you're not getting enough protein, the decline can speed up. This leads to weakness, balance problems, and slower recovery from illness or injury. One large egg contains about 6 to 7 grams of complete protein, which means it includes all 9 amino acids your body needs to build and maintain muscle. Unlike red meat, eggs are easier to digest and lower in saturated fat, which makes them an ideal protein source for seniors. Multiple studies have shown that older adults who get enough protein are less likely to experience falls. And they also recover more quickly when they do get sick or hurt. Protein doesn't just help your muscles, though it also supports your immune system, helps maintain stable blood pressure, and contributes to better bone health. But protein is just the beginning. Inside each egg is a little-known nutrient that has a big impact on brain health: choline. Most people haven't heard much about choline, but it plays a huge role in how your brain works, especially as you age. Choline is used to produce a neurotransmitter called acetylcholine, which is essential for memory, learning, and even muscle control. It also supports cell structure in your brain and nervous system and helps reduce inflammation, which is closely linked to conditions like Alzheimer's and cardiovascular disease. The problem is, most older adults don't get nearly enough of it. In fact, estimates suggest that up to 90% of Americans fall short of their daily choline needs. Just one egg provides nearly a third of the choline you need in a day, making it one of the easiest and most effective ways to protect your brain as you age. Long-term research has even shown that people with higher choline intake have better memory, less brain shrinkage, and a lower risk of developing dementia over time. As you continue to age, protecting your vision becomes just as important as keeping your memory sharp, and eggs help there too. Egg yolks are rich in 2 special antioxidants called lutein and zeaxanthin. These nutrients gather in the retina, where they help filter out harmful blue light and reduce inflammation that contributes to vision loss. After age 60, your risk for macular degeneration and other eye issues rises significantly, so getting enough of these nutrients can make a real difference. What's more, the lutein and zeaxanthin found in eggs are more bioavailable than the kind found in leafy greens, meaning your body can absorb and use them more effectively. That's thanks to the healthy fats in the yolk, which help these antioxidants do their job. In one study, older adults who ate eggs several times a week showed higher blood levels of lutein and reported better contrast sensitivity, which helps with things like night driving and reading small print. Another reason eggs are so valuable for older adults is that they offer one of the few natural sources of vitamin D, a nutrient that becomes harder to get as we age. Vitamin D is essential for strong bones, a healthy immune system, and even your mood. It helps your body absorb calcium and protects against osteoporosis and fractures. But as you spend more time indoors, or your skin becomes less efficient at producing vitamin D from sunlight, your levels can start to drop. Many older adults don't realize they're deficient until they begin to feel more fatigued, depressed, or weak. Eggs, especially those from pasture-raised or vitamin D-enriched hens, can give you a noticeable boost. One egg can contribute up to 10% of your daily needs. And when paired with other vitamin D sources like mushrooms or fortified cereals, it becomes even more effective. Eggs also deliver a powerful blend of B vitamins, including B12, which is vital for nerve health and red blood cell formation. Many older adults have trouble absorbing B12 from food due to lower stomach acid, which can lead to symptoms that mimic dementious things like confusion, irritability, or tingling in the hands and feet. Including eggs in your diet can help maintain healthy B12 levels and support better brain and nerve function. Eggs also contain riboflavin, which helps convert food into energy, and folate, which supports healthy blood and reduces stroke risk. These B vitamins are essential for keeping your mind alert and your heart strong. Beyond vitamins and protein, eggs contain selenium, a trace mineral that acts as a cellular protector. Selenium helps fight oxidative stress, the internal damage caused by free radicals that speeds up aging and increases your risk for diseases like cancer and heart disease. Eggs also provide small amounts of omega-3 fatty acids, vitamin E, iodine, and lesson nutrients that contribute to everything from brain health to thyroid function and skin vitality. When you look at the big picture, it's hard to find another food that packs so much into such a small, affordable package. You could take 5 different supplements every morning, or you could start your day with an egg and get many of the same benefits from real food. But of course, one question still lingers for many people. What about the cholesterol? Isn't that still a problem, especially for seniors? That's a fair question, and it's one we'll tackle next. Because the truth is, for decades, eggs were unfairly blamed for raising cholesterol and increasing heart disease risk. But newer science tells a very different story, one that might surprise you and change how you feel the next time you crack an egg. Let's take a closer look at cholesterol, because for many older adults, it's the reason they've avoided eggs for years. For a long time, eggs were labeled as harmful simply because of their cholesterol content. It's true that one large egg contains about 185 to 200 milligrams of cholesterol. And for decades, health guidelines warned people to limit dietary cholesterol to keep their blood levels in check. The assumption was simple: eat more cholesterol, and your cholesterol levels go up. But research over the last 2 decades has completely changed that narrative. What scientists now understand is that the cholesterol you eat, dose in T, necessarily translate to higher cholesterol in your bloodstream. Your body, specifically your liver, already makes cholesterol on its own. When you consume more from food, your body tends to produce less, balancing things out. For most healthy individuals, moderate egg consumption has little to no impact on total or LDL cholesterol levels. Large-scale studies have confirmed this. One major meta-analysis published in the British Medical Journal looked at data from over 3 million participants and found no significant link between egg consumption and the risk of heart disease or stroke in the general population. Similarly, researchers at the Harvard School of Public Health concluded that eating up to 1 egg per day does not increase cardiovascular risk for healthy individuals. So, if you're someone over 65 without diabetes or a history of heart disease, eating an egg a day is not only safe, it can be a smart part of your nutritional plan. But here's the catch. It's not always about the egg itself, it's about what you're eating with the egg. Think of a classic breakfast: eggs fried in butter, served with bacon or sausage, and white toast slathered in jam or margarine. That plate isn't dangerous because of the egg. It's dangerous because of the saturated fat, processed meat, and refined carbs that surround it. These are the real culprits behind high cholesterol, inflammation, and blocked arteries, not the humble egg. In contrast, an egg served over spinach, avocado toast, or alongside roasted vegetables and a drizzle of olive oil is a completely different story. That's a nutrient-rich, heart-healthy meal that supports your body rather than stressing it. If you do have high cholesterol, diabetes, or a history of heart problems, moderation becomes more important. Some studies have suggested that for people with type 2 diabetes, consuming more than 7 eggs a week may be linked to a slightly higher risk of cardiovascular events, but that risk appears mostly in the context of a poor overall diet. When eggs are eaten as part of a balanced whole food eating plan, they have not been shown to negatively affect blood sugar or worsen cholesterol levels. That's why many doctors now recommend a moderate approach. For healthy seniors, up to 1 egg per day is generally considered safe and beneficial. For those with diabetes or high cholesterol, sticking to about 3 to 4 whole eggs per week is a good target, with the option to add in egg whites for extra protein. Why egg whites? Because they contain all the protein with none of the cholesterol or fat found in the yolk. That makes them ideal for seniors who want to increase their protein intake while keeping dietary cholesterol low. Let's make this more practical. Say on Monday, you enjoy a veggie omelet made with 1 whole egg and 2 egg whites. On Tuesday, you have a hard-boiled egg sliced over a salad. Thursday rolls around, and you bake some egg muffins using a mix of yolks and whites, packed with chopped spinach and bell peppers. Then, over the weekend, you treat yourself to a soft poached egg on whole grain toast with avocado. You've enjoyed your eggs, supported your health, and stayed within your ideal range without even thinking too hard about it. Another smart move? Choose omega-3 enriched eggs whenever possible. These eggs come from hens-fed diets rich in flaxseed, chia, or algae, and they contain higher amounts of heart-friendly fats like DHA and EPA. These healthy fats help lower triglycerides, reduce inflammation, and improve blood vessel function, all of which are crucial for older adults. If you're already focused on reducing your heart disease risk, swapping regular eggs for omega-2, 3 enriched ones can give you a subtle but meaningful edge. Now, let's talk about how much your body benefits from what you eat with your eggs. The nutrients in eggs like vitamin D, lutein, and choline are more effective when combined with the right foods. For example, pairing your eggs with fresh vegetables like tomatoes, bell peppers, or kale adds fiber and antioxidants that support your heart and vision. Whole grains, like oatmeal or whole grain toast, provide lasting energy and keep your blood sugar steady. Healthy fats from sources like avocado, nuts, or olive oil enhance the absorption of fat-soluble vitamins in the egg yolk. Even a few berries on the side add vitamin C to support your immune system and collagen for your eyes and joints. But the wrong pairings? Those can take your healthy meal and turn it into a hazard. Processed meats like bacon, sausage, and ham are high in sodium, saturated fat, and nitrate salt, of which are strongly linked to increased risk of stroke and heart disease, especially in people over 60. Refined carbs like white bread or sugary cereal cause blood sugar spikes and offer little nutritional value. Heavy cream sauces or too much butter just pile on more saturated fat than your aging arteries need. If you want your breakfast or any egg-based meal to support your longevity, choose companions that elevate your health, not sabotage it. And what about cooking methods? That's another often overlooked factor. As we age, our bodies become more sensitive to inflammation and oxidative stress, which can be triggered by cooking eggs the wrong way. High heat frying in butter or margarine can damage the cholesterol in the yolk, creating what is known as oxidized cholesterol, a form that is much more likely to stick to artery walls and cause plaque buildup. Instead, opt for gentle cooking techniques. Soft or hard-boiled eggs retain their nutrients and require no added fat. Even little adjustments matter. Avoid overcooking your yolks, which can destroy sensitive antioxidants. Don't brown or burn your eggs. Keep the heat low and steady. These are simple ways to protect the very nutrients that make eggs so valuable in the first place. As you build your meals, think beyond breakfast. Eggs can be part of lunch, dinner, or a light snack. A hard-boiled egg and a handful of baby carrots make a great midday pick-me-up. A poached egg over roasted vegetables and quinoa can be a complete and satisfying dinner. There are countless ways to incorporate eggs into your routine without ever getting bored. At this point, it should be clear eggs aren't the enemy. They're a nutrient-packed tool that, when used wisely, can support your strength, memory, vision, and cardiovascular health. But we're not done yet. The next section, we'll look at how eggs specifically benefit the brain, how they protect memory, support emotional well-being, and help keep your mind sharp and focused even as the years go by. There's a reason eggs are considered brain food. And if you're over 65, this next part might be the most important of all. As we grow older, many changes in the body are expected: slower reflexes, weaker muscles, maybe a few more wrinkles, but one of the most noticeable and often worrisome shifts is what happens in the brain. Memory lapses become more frequent, focus takes more effort, and sometimes it feels like mental clarity slips away just when you need it most. But what if a simple food one you can find in nearly every grocery store could offer quiet, consistent support for your brain health? Eggs may not be flashy or exotic, but their unique combination of nutrients makes them one of the most brain-friendly foods available, especially for those over 65. At the heart of this brain support is choline, a nutrient that deserves far more attention than it gets. Choline plays a crucial role in the production of acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter that allows brain cells to communicate. It's involved in memory formation, learning, and even motor control. Without enough choline, these processes slow down. Unfortunately, studies show that over 90% of Americans don't get enough choline from their diets, and that includes most older adults. This deficiency has been linked to mental fog, memory issues, and even a higher risk of cognitive decline. One large egg provides nearly 150 milligrams of choline, which is about 30% of the daily requirement. That's a significant contribution for such a small food. And it's not just theoretical, research backs this up. A long-term study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition followed over 2,500 adults for more than a decade and found that those with higher choline intake had better memory performance and less brain shrinkage. That means something as simple as adding an egg to your morning routine could translate into sharper recall and greater mental resilience over time. But choline isn't the only brain booster inside an egg. Another key compound is lutein, often known for its role in protecting vision, but increasingly recognized as a powerful nutrient for the brain as well. Lutein is an antioxidant that accumulates in the brain, especially in areas related to learning and memory. It helps reduce oxidative stress and inflammation, two of the biggest culprits in age-related cognitive decline. A study from the University of Illinois found that older adults with higher blood levels of lutein performed better on memory and attention tests. And that eggsy, because of the fat in the yolk, make lutein more bioavailable than vegetables like spinach or kale. In other words, your body absorbs lutein from eggs more easily, which makes it more effective in supporting cognitive health. Then there's vitamin B12, another essential nutrient for nerve protection and mental energy. As we age, our ability to absorb B12 from food decreases, which makes deficiency increasingly common. Low B12 levels can lead to nerve damage, fatigue, mood changes, and even symptoms that mimic dementia. Eggs offer a steady supply of B12 in a natural, easy-to-digest form. Just one large egg provides about 10% of your daily B12 needs. When consumed regularly, eggs help maintain healthy nerve function and contribute to better emotional stability. And speaking of emotional health, eggs can play a subtle but meaningful role in mood regulation. That might sound surprising, but there's real science behind it. Protein from eggs helps stabilize blood sugar, preventing the energy crashes that can lead to irritability or low mood. Choline and B vitamins are involved in the production of serotonin and dopamine, the neurotransmitters that regulate happiness, motivation, and calm. Even vitamin D, found in higher amounts in enriched or pasteurized eggs, has been linked to reduce symptoms of depression, especially in people with limited sun exposure. One review in the journal Nutrients found that older adults with adequate levels of these key nutrients reported lower anxiety, better sleep quality, and improved emotional resilience. Eggs aren't a replacement for therapy or medication, but they are a valuable dietary ally in maintaining a more stable and positive mood. When you bring all of this together, the benefits for cognitive health are hard to ignore. Eating eggs regularly can support memory, focus, emotional well-being. Guess, and even help reduce the risk of cognitive decline and neurodegenerative diseases. And the best part is, you don't need to rely on expensive supplements or special brain-boosting powders. The nutrients are right there in the yolk and white of a simple, egg-accessible, affordable, and effective. But we're not stopping there. The benefits of eggs continue, and they reach beyond the brain. One area that often gets less attention, but is just as important, especially for those over 65, is eye health. Around this age, the risk of age-related macular degeneration and cataracts rises sharply. These conditions can gradually reduce your ability to read, drive, or even recognize faces. Thankfully, eggs can help here too. Thanks again to lutein and zeaxanthin, the two antioxidants found in egg yolks. These compounds naturally accumulate in the retina, where they act as internal sunglasses, filtering out harmful blue light and reducing oxidative damage. They also support clarity, contrast, sensitivity, and long-term visual performance. Unlike the same nutrients found in leafy greens, the lutein and zeaxanthin from eggs are 3 times more absorbable because of the fat in the yolk. This means your body makes better use of them, and you get more protection for your eyes in every bite. A study published in the Journal of Nutrition found that older adults who ate just 2 eggs per day for 5 weeks significantly increased their blood levels of lutein and zeaxanthin without raising their cholesterol. Pairing eggs with vitamin-rich foods like red bell peppers, berries, or citrus can further support collagen production in the eyes, helping maintain healthy vision. Another benefit of eggs that is crucial for older adults is their role in supporting a strong immune system. As we age, our immune response weakens in a process known as immunosenescence. This makes older individuals more vulnerable to infections like the flu, pneumonia, and even slower recovery from minor injuries. The nutrients in eggs work together to bolster immune function from the inside out. Selenium, found in the egg white, is a powerful antioxidant that helps produce immune cells and reduces tissue damage caused by inflammation. Vitamin D plays a regulatory role in the immune system, helping to reduce respiratory infections and autoimmune flare-ups. Zinc, present in smaller amounts, supports wound healing and immune cell signaling. And let's not forget protein. Without enough high-quality protein, your body can't make antibodies, regenerate immune cells, or repair tissues after illness. Eggs provide this protein in a form that's both complete and easy to digest, making them a great choice for older adults whose appetites or digestion might be more sensitive. In fact, a review in Frontiers in Immunology found that seniors with adequate protein and micronutrient intake had significantly better outcomes when fighting infections, especially respiratory illnesses. As a bonus, eggs bring even more to the table when it comes to supporting healthy aging. They contain vitamin E, which protects the brain, skin, and eyes from oxidative stress. Iodine, essential for thyroid health and metabolism, is also present in moderate amounts. Biotin supports healthy skin, hair, and nails. And lecithin, a compound found in egg yolks, may help improve cholesterol transport and liver function. All of these benefits come in one compact, easy-to-cook, affordable food. The only question is how to prepare them in a way that preserves these nutrients and maximizes their impact. In the next section, we'll walk through how to cook eggs for optimal health, which combinations to avoid, and how to build senior-friendly meals that use eggs as a foundation for long-term strength, energy, and resilience. When you're ready, we'll continue.